This stigma is like a myth that they pass from generation to generation. It's not really necessary. You don't have to say it to people's face that this person can't see well. The skin is normal. That is a person that a dark person can also have that type of albinism. When I was very little, they told my mom, so she would always like prepare two meals, the one that has salt and the one that doesn't have salt. So it was stressful for her. At a point, she just stopped. And since that time, I've been eating salt. It's possible for two black people to give birth to an albino. It doesn't limit one's intelligence or potential. I also feel the government should provide some protective resources like hats, vision support like glasses, sunscreen, especially in the rural areas. Most of these products, most people can't even afford them.
For someone meeting you for the first time, how would you make the person understand that, okay, this is what this thing is like? What is albinism?
Albinism is a genetic condition that is characterized by the lack of melanin in the body. So melanin, on the other hand, is a pigment, that is a chemical substance that gives color to the skin, the hair, and also the eye. So now, this melanin, it has a lot to do in the body. So people that have excess melanin in their body, they might be exposed to sunburn, but they don't get burned by the sun because that melanin protects them from the sun. You get what I'm saying? So people living with albinism, they have little or no melanin in their body. That's why they have light skin. Now let's just use this analysis. People that are light skin, they have 1 unit of melanin in their body. People with medium skin, that is people that are fair, they have 2 units of melanin in their body. Why dark skin people, they have like 5 to 10 units of melanin in their body. So me, I don't even have it at all. I have little or no melanin in my body. That's why I have a light skin. So, and we also have two types of albinism. We have the ocular albinism. This type of albinism affects only the eyes. It affects only the eyes. That is, the eye color is different, but the body is normal. We can say it's a vision problem, like photophobia. That is when the eyes is sensitive to bright light. That type of albinism affects the skin, the eyes. You can see my hair is different, my skin color is different, and also the eye is also different compared to the other one. I said the other one only affects the eye, but the skin is normal. That is, a dark person can also have that type of albinism. They have normal skin color. They can be dark. Their hair is normal, it's dark, but the eyes. I hope you're just getting my point like this now.
And what's the most common myth you've heard about albinism that, I mean, is shocking? Like, people actually believe a whole lot of saying both real, the ones that are true and untrue. Like, what's the most common or popular one that you heard that actually shock you?
They will say that albino don't used to eat salt. I mean, it's a lie. It has nothing. Me eating salt has nothing to do with my nature. Our greatest enemy is the sun. Whenever we get exposed to the sun, we experience sunburn. So most people believe that salt also plays a major role when it comes to albino having spots on their face. It has nothing to do with spots on their face. I could still remember when I was very little, they told my mom, so she would always like prepare two meals, the one that has salt and the one that doesn't have salt. So it was stressful for her. At a point, she just stopped, and since that time, I've been eating salt. So the only greatest enemy we have is just the sun.
So I actually have some popular myths here and facts that people believe about albinos and albinism and all of that. And so you're going to be telling us which one is actually a myth and which one is actually facts. So the first myth or facts I have here, people believe that in the reproduction of offsprings, that albinism skips generation. Or when you have children, it's possible for all your kids to be black.
I think it's a fact because there's something we call a recessive gene and a dominant gene. So it depends on the carrier of that gene. Okay, like my mom. My mom is a carrier of an albinism gene. My dad is also a carrier. So me, I have the two copies of their gene. That's why they produce an albino. So if eventually I get married to a lady that doesn't have a gene of an albino, then maybe my children will be the carrier. So if they eventually meet someone that has that same gene of an albino, then they will produce a a child living with albinism. I think you get my point like this now. So
Okay, so the next myth or fact here, it says that albino sees more at night. Is it true?
that's a lie. For night, we know they see you. We know they see anything. They will say that if they drop a pin, that will see. That's a lie. There's no difference between seeing in the afternoon and also it's just normal. Everywhere will be dark now. So how do you expect me to see in the dark? That's why we use glasses for us to that everything will be bright. If you use glass, no, it's not like it will draw that object to you, but at least you will everywhere will be bright. You'll be able to see clearly.
Next one here says that albinism affects color of the blood.
Like I said earlier, or a person living with albinism, they are normal people. It doesn't affect the blood.
That sunscreen is a must for albinisms.
Well, I can say it's not really a must, but the thing is that it's best they are not exposed to sun.
That you guys are fragile, like you guys are soft, you are delicate. That is why, like, most people believe they should not expose you guys to pressure. So how true is that? So is it a myth?
It all depends on a child development from the foundation that is the home. Okay, for instance, now when a particular parent gives birth to an albino child, they should try as much as possible to accept that child, show the child with love. Once a child lacks the necessary resources or the care or the love that they need, when they go out and they experience any form of stigma, it will really get to them. Just like this thing, they will say that once the foundation is strong, the building will stand strong. So the home is the first foundation of a child. Yes,
This one is kind of silly, or I don't know, but it says that albinos cannot go out in the afternoon. A lot of persons believe this and stuff like that.
albinos can go out anytime. Albinos can go out anytime. But when you go out in the afternoon, you are expected to use your sunscreen, your your hat, and also to wear a long sleeve to protect your body from sunburn. The spot on my face now, they are caused by sun exposure, that is sunburn. They will always tell me that time that I should stay indoors. But like I said earlier, I want to feel among. So I didn't know the damage that I was doing to myself. Not until when I was knowledgeable about who I am.
Have you ever met people that will say, "Can I touch your skin? Can I touch your face? Can I touch your hair?" How do you respond to that or react to all of those?
It's very common. Even among my mates in school, it's very common. They will just tell me that they want to touch my skin. It's very common, very, very common. So I feel normal. It's a normal thing. I don't see it as a big deal.
Does everyone living with albinism have the same level of vision? I mean, like sight and all of that, or it varies?
Vision level is different. Some see better than others. You can go to the hospital for eye checkup, and doctor will tell you that the lens you are going to use is -9. Sometimes it increases, sometimes it reduces. So it varies. Some might see better than others.
So, have you ever experienced any form of discrimination because of albinism from people, friends, family, and stuff like that?
That is a very common thing I've always experienced throughout my life. Even when I was in primary school, those teachers I do look up to, they have one way or the other mocked me. Because there was a time that, because me, on the norms, I don't used to see the board. What I used to do is I'll go to the board and I'll just like try to memorize what is on the board. Then I'll go back to my seat again to write it down. You can see how stressful it is. And other students will also be complaining that I'm obstructing their view. There was a time during break period, I think. So two female teachers, I think my class teacher and another female teacher, they were in the class. I was standing beside the window. I was looking at them. So they were trying to like mimic the way I used to write and also laughing. So I felt really hot because these are people that I look up to. Okay, imagine if other students are doing the same thing. How would you correct such students? And there was also one time a friend of mine posted a picture. So and there was a lady that commented. I was like, she doesn't believe that albino exists. That why would normal human being, be close to an albino? That all those hurtful words. You get my point like this now. So people saw because my friend actually posted the lady's reply. So people were like bashing the lady, and people also advised my friend not to show me that particular comment, but he eventually did. I just wave it off because Right from time, my mom has always been a backbone. Like she always support me. She always encourage me not to always love myself. Like you have to love yourself before you can love people. If you accept defeat in your heart, then if any people will just say little things and you just like it will get to you. I just wave it up.
I'm so sorry about that. And I don't know right now. I hope you. Well, it's obvious your confidence right now. Like, yeah, I mean, you have like you have waved it all and all of that. I'm so proud of that. I'm curious. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color, I love blue. I think blue and black, sha.
Have you ever been excluded from an activity because they feel like you can't do it? Like they just feel like no, 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 you can't do it. Or probably they shouldn't put you under that stress. They shouldn't expose you to that kind of pressure and all of that. And deep down, you know you can do it. This is something you know you can do, but they deliberately exclude you from that activity. Has it ever happened?
When I was still in secondary school, that happened a lot. When my mates are playing football on the field, they don't like to like real macho, like all this house to house competition. So they don't like to put me on the field because they feel like I will not see the board. I do get away with punishment a lot. That one is a very common thing. I do get away with punishment because they feel like if they should be this kind of person, it will show on his body now. So I do get away with punishment. And let me say labor. They don't used to really stress me with labor. Home activities in general. There's nothing I can do. So far I'm not under the sun. There's nothing I can do. We are normal people. It's just a genetic condition, and that's what people don't understand.
Any favorite compliment so far? Maybe you're just walking somewhere and somebody just compliments you. Like, of course, there should be because I've seen people who also love albinism. I mean, yeah. So, any favorite compliment?
So I do get compliment a lot, but they won't say it directly to my face. Maybe I might just be passing down like by the roadside, and I'll just hear people saying they like the way this guy carries himself. I do get that compliment a lot.
What is something people actually do or say to you that they think is cool and it's fine, but then it's not cool with you? You don't like it. Maybe some banter, some plays, and all of that. Like, what are the things?
The fact that people make me feel a little bit less of myself. People tends to like use all these harsh words like he can't see, like they will, okay, this is who I am. They know that this is who I am. They will just try to like say words that will just put me that will just hurt me. It's not really necessary. You don't have to say it to people's face that this person can't see well. There are some black people that cannot even see far objects. The only difference between a person that has excess melanin and I, as a person living with albinism, is just the skin color, the color of the hair, and also the color of the eye. That's just the only difference.
Actually, you've explained how parents and family members can support kids with albinism and all of that, like to build their confidence. I get that. But then, how do you think governments, educators, policymakers, teachers in school that you think will help or improve the standard of living of kids with albinism or just like make their life better?
So I feel like the government should at least try to like create awareness, a public awareness for the society. Include information about albinism in the school curriculum to educate children and also reduce stigma. Students will be aware of albinism. They will know that these people are normal people. It's just a genetic condition. Most people that are stigmatized, they don't even know what albinism means. So they just dwell their knowledge on what people have been telling them. This stigma is like a myth that they pass from generation to generation. I also feel the government should like provide some protective resources like hats, sunscreen, and also vision support like glasses, especially in the rural areas for persons living with albinism. Because most of these products, most people can't even afford them. There was one time I was checking one sunscreen online, and the price alone self gone. Omo. I didn't even bother to even buy it.
So, how would you help a fellow or a colleague who is also like living with albinism if he or she is not feeling confident enough about his or herself?
You have to accept who you are, and you have to love yourself before you can even love anybody. Once you accept yourself that this is who you are, even if people say harsh stuff about you, it won't really get to you. And like I said earlier, the home is the first place a child learn. Parents should also learn to accept a child living with albinism. They should show them love. They should show them care. So once they experience these things at home, even when they get outside, anything that anybody will say will not really get to them because They already build that self confidence from home.
Okay, so I don't know, but lastly, maybe you should just shout out to yourself. Like, I mean, yeah, you're cool and you're confident, and I don't know, what would you like to tell yourself as well?
It was not easy. Honestly, it was not easy. It was not a easy journey. But I'm really grateful to the friends I have. My parents, they really did a good job. My mom will always encourage me if I whenever I face any obstacle or whenever anybody say any harsh word to me, I would always go home and talk to my mom about it. She would always encourage me. And I have good friends that are very intentional. Like they are very intentional. I have, like they would always anytime they see me sad, they will always do things to make me happy. So my name is Kola Ole Yano, and I'm a person living with albinism.